everyone. Welcome to Infogon Talks. My name is Titiksha and I will be the host for today's interview. Infogon Talks is a part of Infogon Future's flagship program where mentors from various institutes motivate and inspire aspiring students across the country. Today, we have with us Ms. Aindri Unyal, who is currently pursuing her 5-year IPM degree from IIM Indore and is in her 4th year now. Her many accolades include being shortlisted for Inspire Scholarship under Government of India for being among the top 1% scorers at national level in IISc exams 2018, bagging overall 3rd position in the national finals of Frank Anthony All India Debate organized by the CISC board in Kerala 2017, among so many others. We're so honored and excited to have you here with us, Aindri. Welcome to Infogon Talks.
Thank you for your warm welcome. I'm looking forward to being here and speaking with you.
Oh, likewise. So likewise. So let's just quickly dive into the questions. And I'd like to just ask you that since you're doing an integrated course of IPM from IIM Indore, the first part of the question is, how did you manage to get there? It's such a prestigious college, one of the most prestigious colleges of management in India. And the second one, what does this integrated course looks like? What does it really entail and everything?
All right. So if I'm being very honest, when I just passed my class 12, I had no idea where I was going to end up. I was a science student and I probably thought that I was going to go into engineering, but somewhere in my heart, I did feel like taking a completely technical role would not really suit my skill set and my interests and my passions. So I had just on the sidelines applied for this program which is at the time it was the only kind of undergraduate program that was offered by an IIM, and it was called the Integrated Program in Management. And I don't think I prepared much for it, but considering the fact that I had already prepared for JEE and some questions were on similar lines, that helped. And the rest of it was verbal ability. It's like a mini version of CAT. And well, after that, once I got through that, I started to get a little bit serious. And I prepared for my interviews and I just read up a lot and I appeared for them. The interviews were quite fun to give and they weren't very stressful at all. And yeah, I sailed through to the IPM Integrated Program in Management offered by IIM Indore. And it's been such an amazing experience because I feel like for me as a person who really likes qualitative as well as quantitative subjects, because I am that one person who likes math as well as English. So I think it's the perfect fit for me. And it was a beautiful place to gain so much experience through internships, responsibilities, teamwork, and basically the program is rooted in 3 main pillars of management sciences, which would include the quantitative aspects, social sciences, as well as communication. And I think it's been a very holistically developing program. And it's also made me very socially conscious. And I think I will prove to be a contextual manager in the future. So I look forward to it.
Well, that's what we all hope for you. So nice to hear all of that. So we talked about what IPM actually entails and everything etched with it. So my question is, what does an ideal day at IIM Indore looks like? And I'm assuming that given despite the COVID situation, you still were on campus. I mean, it was on for you, right? So what does an ideal day look like for you?
So when people step into the postgraduate program that is offered by IIMs to get an MBA, they often complain about how hectic life is. But to be fair, I think IPM students go through that at a very early stage in their lives. Right when we're out of class 12, we're bombarded with all of these classes from 9 to 4 and 5:15 sometimes. And we had so many quizzes every single day, surprised quizzes, unannounced quizzes. And with that ongoing, we had so many fests, so many events to plan, to look forward to. I think it was absolutely hectic. I would wake up at 6 sometimes to complete readings for my classes before I attended them, because to obtain the most out of them. And then I would have to attend my classes, and in between classes, there was hardly any time to eat or to, plan the rest of the day, how I was going to have meetings with all of my teams. And by the end of the day, I would take a little bit of a break, but then it was back to work again. We had a lot of club meetings, committee meetings. We would have to think about how we were going to set the dates in the fest, what kind of events we were going to have. So yeah, I think it was a very, very tiring experience. And at times we kind of questioned it, saying that, wow, this is really taking a toll on our capabilities. But it was actually building our capabilities. And I feel like all of that hustle and bustle really made us very strong people. And I think it made us capable of taking on anything head on now. So it was quite a good experience.
Well, I think that's what MBA really stands for, right? To prepare us for, the days to come where we're actually at, managerial level and, managing an entire team of a good 100 people, maybe more. So I think it's really good to know. I'd just like to know, you talked about certain clubs, you talked about certain teams and activities and tests. So what kind of extracurricular activities have you participated in, or do you generally participate in, or like to, for that matter?
So when I was in school, I was a huge fan of debating ever since class 8. When I had my first inter-class debate, I think I really enjoyed the feeling of being on stage and having the power to convince so many people. So I pursued that interest to the very end, and I did debate until class 12. After that, I had to give up towards the end a little bit because of academics. But once I got back into college, I got into the debating society, and I was pretty active there. And we had a lot of fun just in late night and after evening debates. So, other than that, I really do enjoy singing as well. And I also play musical instruments. And I was a part of our music as special interest group in IIM Indore and IPM as well. And I have continued and taken forward my interests in PGP as well. So I think it's very important as an MBA student when you're so burdened with so many hectic schedules and like, so many activities all throughout the day to just take some time out for yourself, indulge in your hobbies. I think it's very rejuvenating. And without that, I think the prospect of another tiring day the next day seems very daunting. So yeah.
And something so beautiful that you just said, to take time out for yourself, even if your day is very hectic, even if you're a part of a curriculum that's so rigorous. And I think that's something to take up, something to imbibe in all of us. And I'm sure people who are listening to us are making notes about that. I'd just like to know. So you said that you've been quite a debater. I mean, you've been quite a debater, and your achievements are pretty evident that way. So could you just share with us one of the fondest experiences that you've had while debating?
So while I was in school, there was this one particular debate called the Frank Antony Memorial Debate that was organized by the CISCE, and our school had not been able to get through to the finals of that debate for a long time. And ever since I entered my high school, it was my dream to reach the national finals. But there were a lot of eliminating stages in between. So I was not able to do that in 2 attempts. So it became quite frustrating. And I tend to be a very self critical person, to be very honest. So I was quite frustrated by this. But me and my partner, we finally we pulled up our socks and we just got together and we decided that this year, our final year, it was our last shot. We just had to make it. So we worked really hard and we did sail through to the district finals. And once we cleared those, we were at the national finals. And just that feeling of finally conquering that hurdle that had held us back for so long, it was magnificent. And being on the stage with in Kerala in the national finals was an altogether different feeling. Although we couldn't win, we did get the second runner-up trophy, and I do feel like more than the experience as of winning, what I did enjoy was the feeling of being on such a stage at that kind of level. And I think it's a memory that I will cherish forever. Just standing there giving my final national speech, that was pretty great.
I'm sure. I mean, even listening about it right now makes me feel so odd. I'm sure it was a great experience for you, and it shows your, I think, your determination. You were strong will that you want to get there, and you got there. So another thing that we can really learn from you, and really nice to know about that. So any last words for the many mentees that are watching us right now?
I think my last words to all of you watching this right now would be to just not take yourself and things around you too seriously, because ultimately something that seems right now to you as though the end of the world and a dramatic and a drastic failure that you will never be able to overcome will not seem that way a few years into the future. And there are so many things that you will lose and that you will not be able to get, even though you wanted them so bad. But life is not always fair. And rest, you should be assured that if you keep putting in your effort, if you're determined, and if you're perseverant, I'm sure that all of those efforts will lead you to some place that is actually better than what you had imagined. And that has been my experience. So yeah, just enjoy the experiences. My advice.
I think empowering words, really. And thank you so much. And I think that would surely help everyone watching us right now. Thank you so much, Aindri, for taking out time and sharing your thoughts with us. It was indeed a pleasure to have you as our student mentor. So here we conclude our session. With this, see you next time with another thrilling interview. Until then, what it's worth, drop a like, share, and subscribe to Infogone Futures. Thank you.